Right. 27 February 2022. And today I'm joined by my usual guest, Mr. Pangane Mhlanga. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you? Pardon? It's been a long time, isn't it? It's been a long
fantastic.
time.
Fantastic. I love it when we have our discussions. I value the discussions that we have. And today is a Sunday, so I want us to quickly go through what happened in Kwekwe today. Nelson Chamisa had a rally in Kwekwe after he came from Gokwe, and he addressed approximately between 3,000 and 4,000 people. And well, I know that the CCC guys will dispute those numbers. There were a lot of children in that rally. There were a lot of vendors and all sorts of people. So let's give them the number of about 4,000 people in the crowd. And then what happened is, during that rally, which lasted 2 hours and 40 minutes approximately, and most of the time it was entertainment, there were disruptions, at least 3 or 4 disruptions, during which some people within the crowd, so Chibaya went out and said there are people who were wearing CCC t-shirts who were planning to loot the nearby shops. So that's what he said. And then he went on to say these people are ZANU-PF people. So that is what he said. And so there were 3 occasions during which there were disruptions of the rally before the arrival of Nelson Chamisa. And then Nelson Chamisa came and he addressed the meeting or the rally for about 20 minutes. And I think we'll publish this this afternoon, and I'll show you what happened during the time when Chamisa was addressing. I'm hoping to get that video now.
Aiwa mzamanya mirai yenyu. Mzatiza mirai. Aiwa mirai yenyu. Mirai. Aiwa mirai. Vakupotsera matombo nematanda. Varikuita violence. Avaswani vedu. Ndokumbira kuti vanhu mufambe. Mira. Vana mapetrol bomb.
Right, so that was the incident. There were people that came from the back, or the crowd at the back started to run, and Chamisa was pulled off the stage. So this is what happened after Chamisa left the stage. Right, so that is Chamisa in the crowd.
Yes.
Talking to the guys who were injured during that stampede, or guys who say they were beaten up. And then this is what happened after. Fadzai Mahere, the CCC or former CCC spokesperson, this is what she said. Sadly, one person has suffered fatal injuries at the Yellow Kwekwe, where ZANU-PF unleashed an orgy of violence in the middle of President Chamisa's speech. The deceased, name withheld, was pierced in the side. The ZANU-PF thug used a spear. Rest in peace. Right, so I have been looking for the name of the person who died since that time. And unfortunately, no one has been able to provide me with the name of the person that died in that attack. So let's give it to them. Let's say someone died, and it's very sad and unforgivable for someone to die at a rally.
No, I agree with you.
Let's start with Fadzai. Fadzai is accusing ZANU-PF of this attack. What is your thoughts on this?
Now, I also wanted to ask you that question as well. Is what evidence do they have that it's ZANU-PF? Not supporting ZANU-PF at all. Remember, we have got a new party in our politics right now, the CCC, which is a breakaway from the MDC. So what evidence do we have at the moment to suggest it was ZANU-PF and not the other MDCs from other factions like Monzora or anybody else? So when she came to that conclusion that it was a ZANU-PF supporter, we need to see the evidence actually that it was a ZANU-PF supporter or the ZANU-PF supporters attacked the CCC
Okay.
rally. Yeah, it's said though, my condolences to the family if the reports are true, but I know Africans, we do not actually lie about death. It could have happened, and condolences to the families of the sad passing of the person that died. But then at the same time, with those injuries that you showed me there, were they from an attack straight away or from the stampede? Because from Fadzai, I heard a statement, she says he was pierced from the side. So what side exactly is she talking about? Is it the left or the right side, upper, lower, abdomen side? But that is not important at the moment. What is important is the fact that a person has lost a life, and we are concerned about that.
Okay, so I want to go back to the main question, and I want us to wrap this up very quickly.
Yep.
Chibaya was at great pains, went to great lengths before the arrival of Chamisa.
Yes.
To say that security was tight. There was security everywhere. And I want to show you the video. There were a bunch of skirmishes before the arrival of Chamisa. So this is what Chibaya said.
Don't worry. Come down.
Right, so the point I'm trying to show you here is that I counted at least 4 attacks or skirmishes before the arrival of Chamisa. And during each of those skirmishes, Chibaya said there was security, don't run to the people.
Yeah.
And then when Chamisa arrived, then he was forced off the stage, and he kept talking as he left the stage.
Yeah.
Is it possible that these guys are using this as a way of trying to gain mileage and sympathy?
Yes. First of all, let me tell you something. A politician can do anything to gain popularity or sacrifice people. The problem that is the people understanding who we are in this chess game. We're just pawns. Everybody should know that. And politicians will do anything to gain power, anything at the expense of the lives of the people. And these things could be staged or genuine, but they can be staged as well. Because remember, you are dealing with a politician, either from any side, be ZANU or even the MDC. But for me, it could be an overzealous people. If it is truly ZANU, it could be overzealous people doing that. But for me, when you look at it, some of the things, they don't actually add up. How many people attacked the whole crowd of 4,000 or 5,000 people there, and they were running away from about 10 people or something like that? Some of these things, they don't add up. And the emphasis that was put that we are going to be attacked today, and they said that they know that there are people there, but they didn't pick them up and remove them from the crowd in the first place, and they let it happen. Because we are seeing a lot of provocation that is going, but it's also a strategy. Taking away from the session that you did yesterday, it could be possible that these things can be staged, or it is happening in reality, And we really need to check exactly what is going on and strategize from there. I'm not affiliated with ZANU-PF. I'm not affiliated with MDC. I'm not affiliated with any political party. But looking at the things that are happening right now, the people need to understand who is going to be sacrificed, and it is you, the people. And we're gonna pay the price, which is death for nothing. And we are seeing that happening in Ukraine right now.
Okay, I want to ask you one of my last questions.
Yeah.
Why would President Mnangagwa, a ZANU-PF candidate, allow violence to take place? Does he benefit anything from a violent election?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't benefit from a violent election because the last election was non-violent and they won the election. So why should this election be violent? And why today? You know, the problem is, you know, it's a strategy thing. When you look at it, we are looking at an opposition party that is using the previous past of ZANU-PF against them to achieve the rhetoric and the narrative of a violent ZANU-PF. They're using that. It's like Manano Bapamba Panoyava Yenzi. You understand? So it's just a strategy that they are using against ZANU-PF, using their past. Because we cannot deny the violent past of ZANU-PF. We can never deny that. But it's being used against them now to achieve what they want to achieve right now. And we are under cyber attacks right now because you see how this whole story has been escalated to bring foreign interference into the Zimbabwean politics and use that type of evidence that this is what ZANU-PF is doing with no evidence whatsoever exactly who is perpetrating. Because that's provocation that is happening, passing people to rallies, spending the whole day singing and chanting. That's something else.
Okay, so let's end up with the possibility of other parties coming in like a third force. Is that possible? And who could be the other parties that could do something like this?
Obviously, we've got the MDC. There's a breakaway. The CCC is a breakaway from the MDC. So the MDC can be blamed for this as well. And what evidence does Fazai Mahere has that the people that attacked that rally were from ZANU-PF? We didn't see that evidence. It's just a narrative that is being pushed towards ZANU-PF. It could be anybody. It could be MDC. So there's high probability that it's somebody else. Or
what about G40?
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible because you see the attacks, they are well coordinated right now towards ZANU-PF. You see that we have been banned sporting activities all over the world and a lot of things that is happening. It's well coordinated. It is happening at the same time. It's well coordinated. There's a lot that is happening right now, focusing on a regime change in Zimbabwe. And ZANU-PF should be looking into those things with great concern.
Okay, Mr. Pangane Mhlanga, I think we've covered this. It's a developing story. We want to see, obviously, who has died. I will be very interested to find out who died and what are the circumstances under which they died, because there was a stampede there. So I want to find out definitely who it is that died. If I could get a name, I've been pushing for this name for the whole day from anyone who was there, and I still haven't got the name. I saw that there were injuries, and I could see that Chamisa had to go back to the stage. So there was no imminent threat on him. He was able to go and talk to the guys who were injured, and he walked back to the stage. So as far as I'm concerned, it was a minor incident in terms of whatever caused the people to run from the back. So let's see, maybe we'll get more details. Maybe we'll find out if anyone was arrested at that particular function or at that particular rally. We also want to find out if indeed someone died, who is that person who passed away. So that is it for today. Is there anything else you want to say before we close?
Well, the people should understand who they are in a chess game. We are pawns. As these things unfold and everything is unfolding right now, you can see that is happening right now in Ukraine. People are picking up arms to fight the Russian army. They're not going to win that war. They're going to die for nothing. It's just like you're going to die for an individual ambition, any politician, anybody. But it is best that you align with your country and unite with your people and move towards achieving one goal and not look at these Western sponsored political parties that are bent on destabilizing the people so that you can start to chant these CCC, MDC with that ideology and stuff. But that's what I'm just saying. Who are you in the chess game? You're just a pawn. As an individual, I'm a pawn. I'm not aligned with any political party. I'm an individual. I'm a pawn. So that's how things are. Those are my words.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, and enjoy your Sunday. We'll see you again next week.
All right.
Uyo uko